The Conversation Motivational Hour with your host, Minister Seon Rodney. The Conversation. Thank you for watching The Conversation Motivational Hour. We love you and cannot wait to see you in person.
It's probably too late now. I don't worry about that much. I'm happy anyhow. Yes, I am. As I go along my journey, reaping better than I sow. I'm drinking from my saucer.
Good morning, good night, good evening, whatever the time zone around the world. Share and invite, hit the share button. Let everyone know that the Conversation Motivational always on. We know other than SGGR.
Sometimes the going gets tough, but I've got a friend in Jesus.
Yes, hit the share button, share and invite all your social media group, your WhatsApp group, your messenger group, not your email. Yes, text a friend, tell a friend, share and invite everyone know that the Conversation Motivational always on with SGGR, which is affiliate of our Conversation Motivational Sip and Chat. And don't forget our Conversation Motivational Date Night with SGGR and team.
That makes me wish in love.
Welcome to our Conversation Motivational Hour. Conversation Motivational Sip and Chat is affiliate. Don't forget our Conversation Motivational Date Night with SGGR and team, where we are a tribe, we're a community, and we are a village.
And the mercy is bestowed.
Welcome to the tribe and the village and the community of the Conversation Motivational Hour, or the Conversation Motivational Sip and Chat affiliate of the Conversation Motivate Date Night with SGGR and team. Welcome to be a part of our community, our village, and our tribe. There's a seat reserved for you on the table, and your name is on the menu board.
Now remember,
I'm glad you are. What seat is reserved for me and the tribe, the community, and the village of the Conversation. I want to let you know the seat reserved for the broken and the value, the marginalized, the less fortunate. I want to tell you those who are thinking of committing suicide, those are in domestic violence relationship, those who feeling worthless, those who feeling that they cannot have what they take an amount of value, those who feel that no one cares, no one concerned. I want to let you know SGGR and team glad to be in the gutters, in the churches, wherever you are, in your brokenness, in your setback. I want to tell you, we want to be a narrative. We want to be in your lexicon. We want to be where you feel that you cannot make it. I want to let you know SGGR and team glad to be wherever you are. Oh, that's why the seat is reserved for you on the Conversation Motivational Hour, the Conversation Motivational Sip and Chat, the Conversation Motivational Date Night. We care and we concerned for you. And the conversation we want to tell you, we don't rejoice in your failure. We do not rejoice in your setback. Oh, yes, we come to wherever you are faulted, wherever you fail, wherever you're broken, wherever you're rejected. We come to form that safety that we believe in the serenity, the brother and sisterhood. We care and we concern for you. That's why we come in the gutter, we come in the trenches. Oh, yes, we come under the bridge. We come where you're naked. We come where you're crying. We care when you're knocked down on the ground. We come to meet wherever you are, that you are strengthened, you're fortified, and you are encouraged.
And some things go wrong, and they are hard, and they are difficult.
Welcome, Clarice McGarrell. Welcome to the community, the tribe, and the village of the Conversation, the August body.
Sometimes we're that faith
where we mourn with you and we rejoice with you and we celebrate with you. We want to tell you matter this morning. You have a community that cares and concern for you, and this is the community of the Conversation Motivational Hour, the Conversation Motivational Sip and Chat. Do not forget our Conversation Motivational Date Night.
And allow you to let Jesus in.
Our Conversation Motivational Date Night is on Sunday night with SGGR and team. Oh yes, SGGR co-host Crystal Dundas out of New York, Dwayne Dye out of Canada, and Jimmy J. Vajan out of Alabama. For our date night, you have Crystal Dundas, yours truly as GGR. You have Dwayne Dyer and J Vision. Variety is the spice of life. Dwayne is out of Canada, Crystal Dundas, New York. Yours truly, Atlanta, Georgia. J Vision is in Alabama.
If God gives me strength and courage, when the way
hit the share button, share and invite us to give them Warren, Barbies, Caribbean country, Caribbean islands, South America, North America, Latin America, continent of Asia and Africa, despite of your ethnicity, despite of your color, despite of your creed, despite which side of the divide you find yourself in, a critical thinker, a casual thinker, you are welcome to the God's body called the Conversation Motivation Hour, the Conversation Sip and Chat, the Conversation Date Night, where we form a community, we form a village, and we are forming a tribe. A seat is reserved for the broken. A seat is reserved for the under, the value, and the marginalized. Those who feel they cannot make it. Those are suicidal. Those are battered and bruised. Oh, those feel like committing domestic. Those who are part recipient of domestic violence. I want to tell you, those are suffering from low self-esteem, mediocrity, inferiority complex. Those who feel that no one cares or no one concerns. You feel lonely. You feel rejected. Oh yes, I want to tell you, be a part of the Conversation Motivational community and tribe and village. Rolling with SGGR in my neck of the woods this Saturday. Probably you are Friday or you are already in Sunday. I am in the country of the United States of America, in the state of Georgia, in the county of Decatur. But wherever you are, is cold. Wherever you are, is hot, is rain or sunshine. Oh, it's snow or hail. Once again, welcome. You're pretty, you're handsome, you're beautiful, you have a skill set, you have something to bring, you have a smile, you have a laughter, something that matters. You have courage, you have strength, you have resilience, you have the walk of confidence, the walk of boldness. You have something to bring this morning. Welcome, Winston Prophet. Welcome to the Conversation Motivational Hour. Conversation Motivational Sip Night is affiliate of the Conversation Motivational Hour, Conversation Motivational Date Night, affiliate of the Conversation Motivational Hour, no other than SGGR, Seon Gregory Gomes Rodney, yours truly. Good morning to all those who celebrated a birthday. Happy birthday month to you. Happy anniversary to all those who celebrate an anniversary. Happy anniversary month to you. Congratulations to those who bring a bundle of joy into this world. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to those who pass that examination. Congratulations to you. We embrace the mantra that says the heights that great man met didn't come by sudden flight, but while my companion slept, I kept toiling through the night. We believe that you have to burn that midnight oil to get that achievement. Congratulations to those who purchased a new home. They purchased a new car. Congratulations to those I want to let you know another 10 years in your leadership, and our sympathy and empathy go out to those who have lost a loved one in this time of bereavement. We pray that Yahweh Amashiach will comfort your heart, will comfort your grieving soul. And I want to tell you, we rejoice with you who are rejoicing, and we mourn with those who mourn this morning. Coming up, our topic this morning going to be practicing tips or ministering to the individual facing serious illness. Welcome, Corin the Mothers. Welcome, brother. Welcome to the Conversation Motivational Hour, the Conversation Motivational Sip and Chat, the Conversation Motivational Date Night, all affiliate with SGGR. Yours truly, Seon Rodney from Georgetown, New Amsterdam, and Liverpool. Welcome, Rose and Lee. Welcome to our Conversation Motivational Hour, which is an affiliate of the Conversation Motivational Sip and Chat, Conversation Motivational Date Night with SGGR and team. Welcome to our tribe, welcome to our village, and welcome to our community. In the tribe and the village and the community, we are positive people. I want to tell you, we care about your brokenness, we care about your rejection, we care about your setback, we care about your fault, we care about your mistakes, we care about your mishap, we care your domestic violence relationship, we care all that you're feeling suicide, you're depressed, we care that you're rejected, we care that you're feeling an underachiever, we care about you. That's why we pray for you. I want to tell you, we want to tell you we are part of you. That's why we are in the gutter, in the bridge, the churches with you. We are wherever you are in your setback. We don't pull on anyone. We don't rejoice over your failure. We do not rejoice in your setback. I want to tell you, we empathize and sympathize with you. We come and strengthen you. We fortify you. We want you to be encouraged. We want you to feel that you can make it. You can come back. Not with what you lost, but what you can gain. Not your fragmentedness. You can be made whole. Because what you have, I need, and what I have, you need. We need each other. My strength is your weakness, and your strength is my weakness. That's why we are tribe, we are community in the village. Coming up, our topic is practical tips for ministering to the individual facing serious illness. Better than a song. Yes, we are the serenity, the brother, the sisterhood. We cares and we concerns to you. And we thank that you care and you concern for us. That's why you stop by. We come with the narrative, we come with the nuggets, and we thank you for your share, your like, your views. We thank you for your comments and your concern. That's why we are a community, a village, and a tribe. Practical tips on ministering to the individual facing serious illness. With no other than your host, SGGR, Seon Rodney. Born in Georgetown from New Amsterdam and raised in Liverpool in the United States of America, Atlanta, Georgia, in the state of Georgia, the county of Decatur. On this great Saturday morning where the sun is shining but it's cold, that makes me rich enough. I thank God for my blessings. Hit the share button, hit the share button, hit the share button. Text a friend, tell a friend. You're rolling with SGGR this morning, yours truly. Ministering to practical tips or ministering to the individual facing serious illness. This morning, our topic for our orated moment with no other than your host SGGR, Seon Rodney, as I turn myself in under oath to be under the oath of the Holy Spirit, that He will guide and He will lead this morning. He will preside over this morning moments that we will roll together as a community, as a village and a tribe. We will roll together as brothers and sisters. We will roll together as comrades and colleagues. We will roll together this morning. Together we will, together we can. Together we're going to bring it home. Understanding practical tips of maintaining for ministering to individual facing serious illness. Our first point this morning: do not avoid the patient. Do not avoid the patient. Being loved ones you always been. Sometimes we have patients who are suffering from illness. And we go to visit them probably in the nursing home, probably at the hospital, or probably they're in the confines of their home. And we go to visit that patient. But while you visit that patient, they're aware or they're cognizant of your presence. but there you're not involved with your presence being there. And because they're cognizant of your presence, whether, as I said, in the long-term care facility home, in the nursing home, or at the hospital, whether it be ICU, CCU, the emergency room, wherever they are, but they are deemed to be a patient or in the confines of their home, they're aware of your presence, but then you avoid them. That can cause more damning effect and questions within the patient mind. Are the condition is getting worse externally? Are they not intact mentally? Are they not able to put this sentence together? There are various questions that is going through the mind of the patient that cause the patient even to be more worsened in this situation. The circumstances starting force from their mind. They start feeling the sense of rejection, and they may not be, but you come with that kind of attitude, it can cause the patient to start thinking that they are rejecting because they know your presence is there, but they're not being engaged by your presence. Our second point this morning is touching. A simple squeeze of the hand can speak volumes. So when you engage the patient with your presence, they are aware of your presence, they know your voice, they hear your tone, and therefore to engage the patient now, there's a great thing to do is touching. Touching is a great ministry to a patient. It brings an assurance, it brings an affirmative that I am there with you. I'm not physically feeling your pain, I'm not physically in the same state of what you're diagnosed with, but I'm a squeeze of hand, the rubbing of the feet, giving assurance that I am there with you. You have my support, and my support system is to get you through this. And at the end of it all, well, you are victorious. We are victorious together. So it's good with touching. Touching bring affirmation, confirmation that I am with you. I'm not saying just come to bring my presence, but I'm here with you. I'm trying to let you know. I'm trying to feel what you're feeling. The Lord knows that you're touched with the feelings of his infirmity. He's the only one that touched with all of our feelings, but we are not in sync and in touch with every feeling that humanity go through, because whatever is the sickness, I may not have something to say that I can testify of the same sickness that you are going through, but because I'm here touching and rubbing your hands and squeezing your finger or rubbing your feet and so on, probably playing with your hair and so on and so forth, is bringing assurance to the patient that I am with you. I'm through this with you. We're going to come out victorious. We are in this together, and I got you. You are my bro, you are my honey, you are my darling, you are my sweetheart, you are my neighbor, you are my friend, you are my colleague, you are my co-worker, you are my confidant, you are my congregant. With your presence and the reassurance, with the touching and the feeling and so on and squeezing, speak volumes to the mental stability of that person. Even though they're not able to speak verbally, but they can still be engaged in their mind because they're understanding that the feel and the touch is telling you are in the gutters with me, you are in the trenches with me, you are in my lexicon, in my narrative, because before you came I was thinking, is someone cares, someone concerned, and here you show up. So you help the patient to understand with the squeeze and the touch that you are there with them. The greatest tragedy and atrocity for a patient is when they have to understand and believe it in themselves that they are lonely, they are there alone. Man wasn't meant really to be alone. Loneliness really is not of God. Some people enjoy loneliness, and depend on what you call enjoyment for loneliness. But it wasn't good for man to be alone. As the word of God said to Adam, it wasn't good for you to be alone. I made you a helpmeet, and you are a helper to that patient. Even though they cannot speak, but they are feeling your touch, they are feeling your squeeze, they are hearing the words of affirmation and confirmation, and they recognize that they are not lonely. All right, loneliness can be the grain and ground and the factor of feeling rejected. You understand? And you don't want to feel rejected. You want to make sure that someone is there to let you know that you matter to them. Case in point number 3 is weep when they weep, because you're touched and you are in sync with the patient, and they are weeping for those who can see you and so on, and they can hear the song while they are crying. They are crying because your presence matter. They are crying because your touch matter. They are crying because you care. Let them understand that you're feeling and you're going through the process with them. So if you have the ability to cry with them. Let them know that you're crying with them. Laugh if the patient is laughing, laugh with the patient. Don't put a serious face like you're baptized with starch. Laugh with the patient, the feelings pain that feel that you are in the process. You are going through with them. You're feeling this thing. You are in sync with them. And that's what you're doing. You're medicating their mind to gain strength. You're medicating their mind to fight. You're medicating their mind to tell themselves, look, even though what I'm feeling, what I'm going through, I'm fit and proper because there's someone laughing with them, someone weeping with them. And do not be afraid to show emotion. Show your emotion to the patient, man. Sometimes you may thought if you show the emotion to the patient or the patient is going through, they're going to make the patient worse. That's a lie. The patient will be strengthened. The patient will be fortified. When you show emotion, laughing with the patient and so on, weeping with the patient and show the emotion, I got you, give some hugs and so on. If the patient is showing some nice jokes, show some minimum jokes that you like, but show some jokes. Entertain the patient that they can be strengthened to know that they are fit and proper to fight and they can come out of that ordeal, come out of that situation, come out of that illness, come out of whatever it is that caused them to be where they are. But show your emotion with the patient. Number 4, help to celebrate holidays and bring in decorations to the room or a tiny gift of flowers or other natural treasure. Make the female feel that they're somebody. Let the patient feel that their body still matter. Holidays, that someone cares. That because they don't want them to feel rejected. You don't want their situation to worse. You don't want the situation to deteriorate. The holidays matter. 10 minutes of 15 minutes, half an hour of your time on that patient holiday or their birthday. Just bring a little tiny gift and flowers and so on and celebrate with them. And let them know that the body is still worth celebrating and the holiday is still worth celebrating by them and so on. Natural treasures. Make someone do this. If you have someone that today is their birthday, today is a holiday wherever you are around the world, tuning into this podcast, tuning into our live stream, whether you're TV land, virtual land, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever your platform that you're tuning into, I want you to make sure you carry something for that person that are going through right now, that are facing that serious illness, and today is their birthday, or it's an holiday. Take a small gift and let your ministry of presence mean something that someone still celebrate them. They really matter. The contribution that they have made is well received. Number 5, don't always feel you have to talk. Not because you go to the patient, don't feel that because you always have to talk to the patient. It's okay to sit silently together. So you're identifying with the mood and the atmosphere and the temperature of the patient. Sometimes the patient want just to acknowledge that you are there, and the patient just want to be in a meditation mood, just want to silence and enjoy the comfort of someone, and you just be there with the mood and the temperature of the patient. So you don't always have to say something because the patient probably is there in prayer, or the patient is having a meditation moment with God and so on, and they just want to know you are there, but just you don't always have to talk. When the patient want to engage, you must be ready to engage them, but don't always have to say something that the patient doesn't want to speak at that moment. So you don't always have to speak. Number 6, be available to the patient family and realize they are suffering as well. Let the patient know that when the family members there, that you are also an integral part, that with the family, you're supporting the family with your prayers, you're supporting the family that they can call you, supporting the family with your presence. So that the family are there, you can be around the patient with the family, you can be in the room with the family, you can laugh when the patient is laughing with the family, you can cry when the patient is crying, and whatever is the emotion, whatever they are, the family is meted out to the patient, you are a part, you are involved. Now you become a part of the patient family. That is bringing more strength, that is bringing more courage, and make the patient feel that they have more on their side, that words they fit and proper to fight. Number 7, be creative. Be creative. You got to be creative. Use your creative heart. Use a creative skill. There's something the patient may see and you may not know how to, but you just use the creative art and the creative skills and so on, and make sure that you can make that patient feel like you go the extra mile for them. Just be creative. Just be creative. You may not even know to do it. Somebody that know to do it, but to bring it to the patient. And, oh, I just spoke about this thing yesterday, and here you are. I just talk about this knitting, and here you bring a nice knitting of a dial, a nice small centerpiece, and so on. But you just be creative. You go the extra mile, and the patient feel that you're so creative, you're so good for them. They may think about top planting chip or tamarind ball, and they know because of the relationship or whatever, you cannot make tamarind ball or planting chip, but you went out of the scope of the realm, and they just spoke about it, and here they have planting chip or tamarind ball. But be creative for the patient. Number 8, be willing to talk about whatever the patients want to talk about. Don't go visit the patient and what the patient is talking about, you're going to say, I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to hear about cricket. I don't want to hear about soccer. You know, just be willing and able to engage whatever the patient wants to talk about. It's not about you. It's about the patient. You are there to nurse the patient. You are there to be a lending support for courage and for strength. And that patient can understand, I have someone in my corner fighting with me. And make sure they're fit and proper. So whatever the patient wants to talk about, you engage them. It may not be your topic, may not be a topic that you love, a topic you want to embrace, but the patients that matter. Sometimes it's not all about you. We need to get away from this me, myself, and I. We need to get away from the cloak of selfishness, the umbrella of selfishness, the cloud of selfishness, the roof of selfishness. We want to come out from selfishness because sometimes we take too much of the lid upon us. That's why I have a problem when someone come and they come to the situation and the circumstances, they magnify themselves over the situation, the circumstances. Like, for example, if you met with an accident and someone come and say, oh, I was driving for 30 years, I never met an accident. Why do you come to my accident scene to come to see me? You come to really magnify yourself to make me feel bad. So to engage the patient on the topic that the patient want to talk about, and not what you have accomplished, not what you have become, not what your children has accomplished, what your children has become. Don't go to the patient and tell them about your daughter past CXC and Cape and UG and UE and Princeton and Duke and Howard and so on and so forth, and Georgia State and North Carolina and Florida. The patient don't want to hear that. It's good your daughter accomplished and the patient overcome their sickness and their health and their setback. Then you can have that great time of bragging and engaging of your accomplishment of your son or daughter, most of yourself. But whatever the topic the patient want to talk about, engage the topic that the patient want to talk about. That the patient feel that someone is there. If you sense that they want to talk about their illness, don't try to take their mind away from the illness. They want to talk about their illness to see how much you understand the illness. So what are your sense of their state and the condition in the illness? So sometimes they want to see if you're pitying with them, if you're sympathizing with them, if you're fed up with them, or you want to help them to understand that they will come out like pure gold, they will overcome, they will be strengthened, they will walk again, they will involve in a job again, they will be loved again, they will be married again, they will have a business partner again, they will be employed again. They want to see what you think about this situation. So when they want to talk about their sickness, do not bash them from talking about their sickness or their illness. Do you feel like talking about it? Number 9, comment to them on their looks. This is very important. Comment to them on their looks. Imagine when Jesus was baptized by John. Even the looks of Jesus was formed by God just as his baptism. He didn't do anything yet. He was just at phase 1. This is my beloved son in whom I'm well pleased. And he had an atmosphere and affirmation of the love of his father. So comment on the looks of the patient. You are pretty, you're handsome. Man, I remember how smart we are in class and you were getting first. And look at you, girl. I can't wait for us to go to the mall. I can't wait for us to go to the gym. I can't wait for us to go to Bamba. I can't wait for us to sip and chat with SGGR. I can't wait for us to be a part of the Conversation Motivational Hour, Conversation Motivational Sip in chat. I can't wait for the date night with SGGR and team. I remember, man, you looking good, you looking fit and proper for be a part of the tribe, to be a part of the community, a part of the village, of the conversation. I can't wait for us to go along the shoreline, the bandstand. I can't wait for us to listen to some rhythm and blues and listen to some jazz and listen to some nice oldies and some reggae and some salsa and some bachata and some merengue. You know, you got to make sure you let the patient knows that they're fit and proper to fight. Comment on their looks, man, and tell them they look good considering their illness. You know, it's a very great antidote for the patient that is going through. Number 10, don't deny the patient the right of the decision-making process. Do not deny the patient the right of the decision process. Not because what you have done, if you have trod on the road before, or you have sojourned in that sickness before, do not try to talk the patient out of the decision that they want to make. Because they're making the decision according to their feelings. They think of their capacity. Your strength is different from the patient's strength. Your comprehension and your analysis and what is in your lexicon is different from the patient. So do not try to talk the patient out of what the patient want to do, the decision they want to make. Like, for example, we are dealing with the greatest decision in the universe. And when I say the universe, is every country where life exists, except where they're the North Pole, where we have the COVID-19, the coronavirus. You should not impute on anyone because you take the vaccine that they should take the vaccine, or because you didn't take the vaccine, you don't believe in the vaccine, you should tell someone that they should not. Allow people to make their own decision. And if the patient is telling you, I think I will take the surgery, don't try to talk them out from the decision making that they should not take the surgery. You understand what I'm saying? So do not talk the patient out of the decision making process that they want to make. Their illness has robbed them out of so many things. So don't talk them out of it. Let them make their decision and inform them and assure them that you are with them in the decision process that they make. All right? Number 11, sorry. Talk the patient about the future. Tomorrow, next week, next year. Hope is so important to the patient. Let the patient know they're fit and proper to fight. Let them know that you are in there tomorrow. You are in there next week. You are in there next year. Reassure the patient. I remember I was engaging with Joel Osteen, and when he said that his mother was pronounced on her deathbed and so on and so forth, and she sent for a picture, and the picture that she sent for when she was riding the horse, and when she looked at the picture and see she riding the horses and so on with her horse hat and be on the horse back with the jockey whip and so on and so forth. She tell herself, I have to be fit and proper to fight. And she fight, and she came out that she rode horse again. I want to let you know, so tell the person, reassure the person in the affirmative of the fighting, that I will see you in your next week. I will see you in next year. I will see you. I will see you. We're going to do some things that we never done before. I'm telling you, remember, God, we were shopping some Gucci, but now we're going to go upscale. We're going to go Arpels, you know what I'm saying? We used to shop in Georgia, God, we're going to go to LA, you know, and shop. We're gonna go to Dubai and have a nice time where we're gonna be served with the finest cutlery, and we're gonna go to Trinidad and we're gonna have the greatest I want to let you know, pilau and so on, and we're gonna go to Jamaica and some curry goat and oxtail. We're gonna fly to Mexico, and we're gonna go to wherever and so on. Let the patient know that the future, tomorrow, next week, next year, let's be hopeful. It's important to the patient. Let us see themselves there even though they're not there, but let us see themselves. Let us see themselves in the beach in the bikini. Let us see themselves in the beach, you know, showing their muscles and flexing their muscles, playing that beach ball, playing that soccer on the beach, and so on. See themselves in their futon and so on at the beach with the dark shades and with something cold in their hand and so on. Some nice cold wine and some nice cold whatever it is, at the beach side and the sun coming down and they can resting up on the water and so on, and they can go to the hills of Trinidad and they can see the mist and so on, and the night they can see like the water, that the lights look so beautiful in the valley, and give the patient hope for next week, next year, or even next month is important. Number 12, bring a positive attitude. I don't care what happened to you on the way going to the patient. Someone cut you off on the road, or you have problem in your home with your spouse, or you have problem with your boss, or problem with your job, or problem with your neighbor. Whatever you have, or your pastor, or your councilman, your senator, or your president, I don't care. You have no food in the in your pantry, and no clothes in your wardrobe, or whatever, no money in your pocket. Do not go to the patient with that attitude. Do not do that, because your attitude makes or break the rhythm of that patient. Number 13, because your attitude is catching. You don't want to let it start bringing a negative atmosphere, negative connotation, and next thing you know, the patient start becoming negative where they were already starting on a positive trajectory and so on and so forth and such like. So bring a positive attitude. The attitude that matters is catching. Number 13, talk about what is in the news. Because sometimes depend upon the career that the patients probably was, or the patient had. Talk of the what going on in the news. Probably it's a journalist. Probably somebody is in touch with the norms and the issues of the day. And just talk of the news with the patient, because they probably want to know the news. Magazine. They may probably love to look at magazines and so on, and what is in the front cover and the blurb of the magazine and so on, and content of the famous magazines and so on. So talk about the magazine photos. Probably they may love to see photos. Open your phone and go to your gallery and show them the latest photograph, and the photograph with you and them on the beach, on the boat, you and them on the ski, or it's called skydiving, the zip lining, the line dancing, and so on. When you guys used to bamba together, you guys used to map the floor and so on. You guys used to be, the village, whatever you want to put there. But let there be photos and so on. Talk about the photos. Newspaper, probably lose the ways you read a lot of newspaper, whether it be Chronicle, it be Stabrook, it be Village Voice, whether it be New York Times, whether it be Georgia, the papers of Georgia. You just talk about bring the newspaper and so on. Verbal reports. They may want to know, the patient will probably love of reports verbally. Like every time they engage you before they become ill or whatever is the situation, they will ask about your husband, your wife, your children, the grandchildren. They will ask about your best friend as well. So you meet the patient because of relationship. Engage that patient with what they want to know for the moment that they love to know. So the news, the magazine, the photos, the newspaper, verbal reports keep the patient from feeling the world is passing them by. Patients sometimes feel that the world is passing them by because they feel out of sync with the news. They feel out of sync with the magazine. They feel out of sync with the photos, out of sync of the newspaper, out of sync of verbal reports. They feel that not in touch, and they feel the world is passing them by. And because of that, it can bring damaging effect to the patient, even not realizing what day it is, what month it is, what year it is, even the cognizance of the time. But you have to engage the patient with all of the above. Bringing the same is a great antidote for the patient. Let's deal with 14. Follow up on promises made. Follow up. This is very, very, very critical, very, very potent for you to follow up on promise that you have made to the patient. Don't make promises that you cannot keep to the patient, or don't make promises just for promises' sake, because the patient wants to stand upon the promise that you make. That is also an antidote of assurance in their faith in God, because they can trust you in upper notch that they can trust God. So follow up on your promises. These are important to the patient. Number 15, our final point for this morning. Pray with them and share your faith without forcing on evangelism. Not because you're a Pentecostal, you use that opportunity to lambaste and ostracize the faith of the patient. You're not there to evangelize the patient. Pray for them and share their faith. There must be some kind of commonality, because there is commonality across all faith lines. But at the time, what is important is the patient coming out of the illness. What is important is the patient coming out of the situation and the circumstances of the sickness, that they can re-enter into society once again as though you are, you is. And when at that moment when they re-enter into society, then you can evangelism. There's always a timing in everything. There's always a moment that we will call the right moment, but the right time for evangelizing is not imputing on the faith of the patient. Pray for them. Let's book a little bit. Just but a little tiny bit that I'm a Christian, I'm going to pray to you in the name of Jesus. And therefore, they will respect you as you put a disclaimer, or my Hindu, I'm going to pray for you in my Hindu or my Muslim. But do not use that moment to evangelize. You are not Jesus. You are not God. Your presence with that patient is to just make sure you pray for that patient and you share the faith of the patient. Do not evangelize. Do not force that patient that they must become a Christian, or they must become a Hindu, or they must become a Muslim at this sickness. Put your disclaimer of your belief, pray in your belief, and where there's a commonality, share that commonality. When the patient become healed, become whole, when the patient become back integrated and insulated in society, that is the moment to evangelize that patient. That is the moment to share and really dig in and dive in and to get one in with your evangelistical ability and skill set to the patient. You can throw some punches and some kicks and so on at the person, because now they have overcome. Do not lambaste them that you come to evangelize. They must accept Jesus and they must be saved. And they no. You're doing more damage than harm. Just put your disclaimer. I am a Christian. I'm going to pray in the name of Jesus. I am a Hindu. I'm going to pray in whatever you pray to. I am a Muslim. I'm praying to Allah. I'm a Muslim. I'm going to pray like if I'm in the mosque, or a Mohammedan. I'm going to pray in the name of Muhammad. And therefore, you just pray. And the patient will respect your disclaimer. But do not lambaste and start fighting and pounding them like you want to take the book Bible and push it in the head of the patient and so on. That is not the right protocol for ministering to the patient or individual facing serious illness. I trust that these nuggets this morning, this moment of oration with SGGR, has been helpful for you in your ministry. It'll be helpful for you as a person, as a human being with concerns for those who are going through at this time and this hour in this sickness, in this setback, where they have time out from fit and proper to fight, that you can be instrumental in their return to society. I will go over quickly on the 15 points. I will just name it quickly. Do not avoid the patient. Be a friend. The loved ones you always be in touch, and simple squeeze the hand and speak volumes. Weep with they weep. Laugh when the patient laugh. Do not be afraid to show emotion. Help them to celebrate holidays and bring in decoration to their room. A tiny gift of flowers and other natural treasures. Make sure someone does this. Number 5, do not always feel that you have to talk. It's okay to sit silent together. Number 6, be available to the patient family and realize that they're suffering as well. Number 7, be creative. Number 8, be willing to talk about whatever the patient wants to talk about. If you sense that they want to talk about their illness, offer. Do not feel like talking about it. Number 9, comment on their looks. Tell them they look good considering their illness. Number 10, do not deny the patient the right of the decision-making process. Their illness has robbed them so of many things. Number 11, talk to the patient about their future, tomorrow, next week, next year. Hope is so important to them. Number 12, bring a positive attitude. It is creative. Number 13, talk about what is in the news, the magazine, photos, newspaper, a verbal report. Keep the patient from feeling that the world is not passing them by. Number 14, 14, follow up on your promises. This is important to the patient. Number 15, pray with them and share your faith without forcing on evangelism. With that being said, I trust that as you go about ministering to those that are seriously ill, that these nuggets will be helpful. This will be some things that you will load in your lexicon, you will add and upload in your megabytes, that when your time comes, someone will do the same in the affirmative, that you can be fortified, you can be strengthened, you can be encouraged to come out of that sickness and to come out of that circumstances, to come out and to enter back, that you can earn again, you can love again, you can jump again, you can fellowship again, you can be in business again. We all need moments, and what you give, that is what you get. I want to let you know, in life, what you deposit, and only that you can make withdrawal. Life is reciprocal, and what I give to you is what you want someone to give back to them. And that's why I form a community, a village, and a tribe. Myself, my team, oh yes, the donors, the contributors of this August body that called the Conversation Motivational Hour, which is affiliate of the Conversational Motivational Sip and Chat, affiliate of the Conversation Motivational Date Night with yours truly, SGGR and team. Because we want to let you know, we are here to strengthen you, to encourage you. We are here to minister to you. We are here to make sure that even though you're crying, that I want to let you know, laughter ahead. Though you're broken, you will be made whole. In your setback, you're going to make a great comeback. Your bank account may be in deficit. You will be able to bank money again. You will be able to cry. You will be laughing. You will be rejected. We're here to let you know you will be accepted. Yes, that is why the tribe and the community and the village of the conversation matters. With that being said, SGG, I just want to let you know, I love you. I love you. I care about you. I concern about you. I'm happy to be in the trenches and the gutters with you. I'm happy to be in your setback. I'm happy to be in your comeback. I'm happy to be in your tears. I'm happy to be in your laughter. I'm happy to be in your loss, and I'm happy to be in your gain. With that being said, at the end of this song, we're going to make our segue out of here and see you tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with yours truly, SGGR. Probably wherever you are in the Caribbean, it's going to be 9 o'clock your time, and around the world, I don't know what our time are to bear is different, but in my time, in my neck of the woods, United States of America, in the state of Atlanta, Georgia, in the county of Decatur, is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. Same place, same time with yours truly. At the end of the song, we're gonna make our segue out of here.
Now remember, there are times when things go wrong, and they are hard, and they are difficult.
Thank you, community. Thank you, village, and thank you, tribe.
Faith sometimes hurts thin, but that faith will break those dark clouds.
Thank you, conversationalists.
And allow you to let Jesus in. So Lord, help me not to go about the tough roads I have I'm drinking from my saucer because my cup has overflowed. If God gives me strength and courage when the way goes steep and rough, I'll not ask for other blessings, no, cause I'm already blessed in love. May I never be too busy.
Welcome to the tribe, welcome to the village and the community of the Conversation Motivational Hour, Conversational Sip and Chat, Conversational Date Night. Share and invite, share and invite, share it on all your social media group, your social media platform, your WhatsApp group, your messenger group, your email.
Because my cup has overflowed. Yes, I know. Just keep drinking from my saucer.
See you tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the Conversation Motivational Hour with yours truly, SGGR. And on Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the Conversation Motivational Date Night. Please don't stood me up. You have a date with SGGR and team with my co-host Crystal Dundas out of New York City, Dwayne Dyer out of Canada, and Jay Vision out of Alabama. Have a great and productive day, a great and fulfilled day, competing with no one else than competing with yourself to be the best version of who you are, the best human being that you can be. Until then, see you tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, same place, same time with SGGR, where you're going to be a part of our tribe, our community, and our village, the August body, the conversation. God bless you.